Hello, first thing I'm going to show you today is how to log into TinkerCAD and then how to navigate the TinkerCAD area and screens. To get started, you're going to have to follow my email and click the link and then use your name to log in, and once you've clicked that you will realise you've entered a class and you should reach this area which is called your dashboard. If you're struggling to get to your dashboard, you can always go to tinkercad.com and then enter the link that I've sent you via email and your name, which should always be your initial dot surname, and you'll also find that you will then be able to get into TinkerCAD as well. Down on the left hand side here you can see there are various things that we can build together: circuits, code blocks and 3D designs. And today we're going to start by learning how to navigate in 3D. So make sure you've got 3D designs clicked. This space here is where all of your design work will appear, and you can click on any old or previous design work and you can tinker this, or you could move it into a project, so a folder, or if it's in the way later on you can delete this. The program has a way of giving each of your designs a made up name, so you'll see that some of them are quite funny, like the Funkit Snagit, and I'm just going to hit delete on these old designs. Okay, this is the practice folder that I started with earlier, and to start a new design we're going to click here at the top under create design. Because TinkerCAD is cloud based and it's on the internet, you may have to wait slightly longer than that for your area to load, but once you're in on the screen you'll see one of the most important parts of the program is your work plane. Your work plane is like a table or an area where you're going to draw out your design ideas. Over on this left hand side again, you have another panel that allows you to navigate. So if I select this three-dimensional block at the top, I can move from different spaces from my front view, right hand view and top view by selecting the faces of this block. But I can also select an edge or corner of this block and rotate to see that specific area. If you're lucky enough to have a mouse with a scroll button, you'll be able to use that to zoom in and out. If not, down here, this button will allow you to zoom in and out. A right click of the mouse will also allow you to rotate the work plane and space that you're in. And say, for example, you get lost in an area because you've zoomed in too far, the home button here will put you back to the first view when we came into the program. In this top toolbar, you have copy and paste and delete, undo and redo. You also have duplicate. And you have a button here that will take you back to your original dashboard. And you have the capacity to click on this and change the name. So let's call this test. This toolbar here is used to merge, align and mirror objects, which is a little bit more complicated, and we'll look at that in the next video. But let's get started here with the main toolbar, which is your shapes. And we're going to pick up a three-dimensional shape by clicking on the shape, dragging, so click, hold, drag that 3D shape, the box, into your work plane. You can see automatically that the toolbars have now highlighted, so there are more options, and we're just going to practice by dragging that shape and seeing what it is that we can actually do in our work plane. By clicking on these slight white dots, you can drag and change the dimensions or sizes of the shape that you're working with. When an object is highlighted, it is blue around the outside of it. I'm going to drag in another object, a cylinder, and drag to change the shapes. Notice as we're doing that, the sizes on the outside are changing as well. I would get used to just practicing bringing in some shapes, changing the sizes of them, clicking off of them so all toolbars close, and rotating your work plane so you can see different views. I can lift my work plane, I can drag my work plane with my mouse, I don't have to use this area over here. Bring in another shape, zoom out, zooming back in, using my mouse, getting used to the controls that I have available to me in TinkerCAD. If I click anywhere on the screen and drag across the entire screen, you can see I've highlighted everything, and delete on my keyboard will clear my work plane, and remember, I can always go back to my home view. Just as a test, fill your work plane with shapes and then remove all the shapes and delete them. And once you feel confident in using all of these tools that you've just seen me use on your basic toolbar and your navigation panel, then go to the second video. Good luck.